Welcome to another NFL 2023 prediction episode. For this one, we have the Las Vegas Raiders, which obviously made a big change at quarterback this year. I have offense for this one. Zach has the defense. So I'll hop into it. Jimmy G, obviously the big change at quarterback from Derek Carr. And Jimmy G is a guy that obviously seems to get it done wherever he goes. Nothing real flashy with his game. What I saw in preparation for this episode that apparently he's been tearing it up at camp, and obviously there's no like contact at camp right now. They all have those goofy helmets on, but apparently not so much tearing it up his play, but just leadership. Apparently he's been like, I've heard this about Geno Smith too. They just know they're the guy. They don't have to worry about any kind of competition, and so apparently he's been really showing his leadership skills.
Except when Geno was with the Jets and got punched in the face.
Yeah, besides that. But Jimmy G's there, and obviously, like I said, Jimmy G has been successful everywhere he's gone. Running back wise, obviously Josh Jacobs is a stud, huge year last year, and I think he led all the NFL in rushing, if I remember correctly. Last year.
I'm pretty sure he's holding out right now
with the whole contract stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he's reported.
That's going to be interesting because isn't that the issue with Jonathan Taylor as well?
Yeah, he's requested a trade. And Jim Irsay's like, yeah, we're not trading you. So interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. But I would assume he would show up eventually. I think he's a top 5 running back when he's right. I mean, obviously he led the league in rushing last year, but I don't know. I'd have to look at the list of running backs to kind of make a list. But he's obviously a stud. And then you have Devontae Adams at wide receiver, Jacoby Myers at wide receiver, Hunter Renfrow at wide receiver. All these guys are top end receivers. You have Philip Dorsett is another like 4th receiver you could have. But they have some, I mean, they have some dudes, man. I know you're obviously high on Hunter Renfrow, but Jacoby Myers getting him.
I saw like some reports that they were maybe trying to get rid of Hunter Renfrow. I don't know why.
Really? Yeah.
But as a Cowboys fan, I would gladly pick up the phone and offer like a $600 for Renfrow.
He's a perfect. I mean, at this point, he's probably your. I don't know. Would you put him over Jacoby Myers as your number 2 receiver?
Being completely biased, yes.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like you just put him in the slot. He's not the fastest. He's not the quickest. He's just super smart and catches everything.
Yeah. No, he really is, and that's a great 3 to have: Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow. With Jimmy G, who's been successful, and Josh Jacobs. At tight end, you have Austin Hooper, who's been a solid guy for Cleveland and for the Falcons. Offensive line wise, they were 15th last year in football, and I honestly think you can probably get away with anywhere in that 12 to 15 range. I think you can get away with that again this year. Just how explosive Josh Jacobs is.
Yeah.
The
if
accuracy
he plays,
of Jimmy G. Exactly.
He doesn't pull a Le'Veon Bell.
That's a big question mark for sure. But overall, man, you're going to talk about their defense here in a second, but I think their offense can be like actually explosive this year.
Yeah. Is it my time to shine?
Yeah, take over, my man.
All right. So their defense was not great last year.
No.
For looking at total yards given up per game, they were in the bottom 5, right above the Bears and right below the Falcons. So that's not great company you want to be in. But when you look at their depth chart, obviously they have Max Crosby, who had a breakout year last year, or maybe not even a breakout. Like he's just a stud. He's a defensive end, and he led their team in tackles, which I don't feel like is normal for a defensive end to lead your team in tackles with 89. I guess he did play all the games, but also another linebacker played all the games, which that's crazy that he led the team in tackles. He also led them in sacks with 12.5, which I'm pretty sure was, I don't know if that was the most in the league. I could be completely wrong, but it was up there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the most sacks he's had all year and the most tackles he's had in his or most sacks he's had in his career, and then most tackles he's had in his career. Um, he's a stud, and also if you watch the quarterback series like we talked about in the Broncos episode, he in one of the games against Patrick Mahomes, he starts getting into it with him, a little trash talk, gets a little chippy, which I like it a little bit because I don't like the Chiefs, but they also have Chandler Jones. So they have pretty good, solid defensive ends. Marcus Peters is their cornerback, but he's getting pretty old now, I think. He's
Mm-hmm.
been how old is he? 30. Yeah, so he's getting pretty old. I don't think he may have been with them last year. I'm not sure. No, he was with Baltimore last year. That's what I thought. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna be that great. They did draft Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech with their seventh overall pick, which you usually don't have defensive ends from the Big 12 getting drafted in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but apparently he had a lot of big like people were raving about him for how like just athletic and just physically crazy this dude is, but I don't know. He's gonna be backup. He gets to learn from Crosby and Chandler, but he could be good. I don't know.
6'6",
Um,
275 is a freak.
yes, and Chandler Jones is 33, so he may split some time with him, which kind of ease him in a little bit. I think that'd be
Yeah.
smart. Um, this article about him is actually helping me a lot. It said the Raiders just had 27 sacks as a team last year, which is not a lot, which is the third worst in the NFL. Um, which I don't know how good their defense is going to be, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
uh, just because they were not good last year, and I don't think they're going to be that good this year at all. But
Mm-hmm.
we shall see. Also, I saw this as one of the people they drafted. I don't know if you mentioned this on the offense, but they drafted Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame from tight end, and he was
Yeah.
really good last
Yep.
year.
Yep. You mentioned 27 sacks as a team, and when Max Crosby has 12 and a half of those,
Yeah,
that's rough.
Chandler Jones
Very
had
rough.
4.5, which was his lowest in his career, but like it's not terrible for like a 32-year-old. But
Exactly. Exactly.
I think he'll perform a little better. I do think the highlight of the Oh my God, the Raiders defense last year was when Chandler Jones caught that lateral from the Patriots and
Mm-hmm.
just stiff armed Mac Jones 6 feet under and basically
Yep.
just laid him to rest. But
um,
I think the Raiders defense could improve a little bit, but overall I don't think they're going to be that great.
I agree. Like I said, I did the offense for this one, so I haven't looked a whole lot in depth to their defense, but I'm looking at the roster here, and besides Max Crosby and just the name of Chandler Jones, it's not very promising.
Yeah, they gave up a
Um,
lot of passing yards. And I'm assuming they gave up a lot of rushing yards as well. The rushing yards is more top, top middle of the pack, if that makes sense.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
their passing defense was not too hot. That's probably why they drafted some cornerbacks.
It's gonna be interesting moving on to like the schedule here because I thought their offense when looking at the names, especially if Josh Jacobs is in there, and that's what I'm betting on. I think they
Yeah.
can be like legit. Like I think these guys are studs offensively.
Oh yeah,
Like I know Jimmy
offensively they're not
G's
bad.
nothing
It's like
crazy, but
yeah. Also, I heard things that Devontae Adams may request a trade to the Jets or something. So
oh good
I don't know
lord.
about that.
Um, but just like the Broncos, week one they play at the Broncos, and we both had the Raiders winning.
No,
Or
no, no,
no,
no. I
sorry,
had them.
we both had
We
the
had them
Broncos
losing,
winning. That's what I
right?
meant. Yeah, yeah. So the
I was
Raiders
like, we
losing
just
week
did
one.
this
I
not that
know.
long ago.
I got it
So
switched up.
loss.
Yes, loss week one at the Broncos. Week two at the Bills. I also have a loss here.
Yeah, that's a loss for sure.
Week three, I think they get their first win at the or versus the Steelers at home.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a win.
They play the Chargers next on the road. I have them losing this one.
I have them losing. I think Justin Herbert's gonna just rip them apart.
Yeah, I know. I could definitely see that. Packers in the next game. I have them winning this one at home.
Oh, that's terrible Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
Packers
not
and
fun.
Raiders. Ah, go Raiders.
Then they got the Patriots at home. I got them winning this one.
Um, I'm gonna say they're gonna win it too. They beat them last year.
Hmm.
Might as well stiff arm
Um,
Mac Jones again.
they got the Bears on the road. I have them winning this one.
Yeah, it's a win.
Lions on the road. I have them losing this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them losing that one too. Man, we're
They,
hyping up the Lions. They're gonna go like five
I
and
know exactly. That's what
whatever.
I was just thinking. Then they played both New York teams back to back at home, in Vegas. I have them beating the Giants.
You haven't beaten
And
the Giants, lose to the Jets.
I have them winning both.
I haven't beaten Giants, not beaten the Jets.
Losing the Jets. Okay, that's
Yeah,
no, that's fair. Um, on the road at the Dolphins, I have them losing this one.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have them lose that one as well.
And then they play the Chiefs home. I have them losing this one.
You know what? I'll have them beat the Chiefs at home.
The only reason I didn't, because I had that as a W at first, is that I feel like, and I don't know the stats on this, but I feel like the Chiefs just like just dog them at in Vegas. I don't know why I think that. I think it's last year Kelsey maybe had like 3 touchdowns in a game or
Yeah,
something.
he had 4 touchdowns, but only like 12 total yards because they're all at the goal
Okay.
line.
Okay. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. But I have them losing that one. And you have them winning, you said?
Yeah, why not?
They play the Vikings at home. I have them winning this one.
Lost. Gotta respect Kirk Cousins.
Okay. Okay. I have them winning at home versus the Chargers.
Um, I think the Chargers are gonna. I think the Chargers are gonna beat them
So you have Chargers
both
winning both
times.
games. Okay.
Yeah,
I have them losing at the Chiefs.
yeah, I do too.
And then they play the Colts on the road. I have them winning this one.
Oh, that's a win.
Yes, yes. I don't know if you saw the Colts episode I did by myself, but I think I had them like 4-13 or something like
Yeah,
that. And then the last week of the year, I have them winning at home versus the Broncos.
I don't remember what I picked last. Did I have them? The Broncos
You had them
beating it,
splitting. I think you had them splitting.
splitting.
So
They win this one.
yes, yes.
I think I had them with
Um,
8 wins.
okay, so you have them 8-9, an
Did you have
improvement
them
from
nine
six.
wins?
I had them 10 wins.
10 wins.
Yeah,
Dang.
and I even noted it here. I think they could be a playoff team. I mean, at 10-7, you probably should
Really?
be at that point.
I think the
Um,
Broncos are better. I think the Broncos have a better ceiling or
yeah,
bigger ceiling.
with the defense for sure. I don't know what it is about this offense, man. I'm hyped up on this offense. Maybe because I saw the Texans and Cardinals and Colts and Bears these last couple episodes, and I saw how
Yeah.
miserable they are, and maybe
Yeah.
I'm just
You're like
used to
you
awful.
just see Devontae Adams and you're like, "Oh yeah, they're winning
Exactly.
it all."
That literally might be the reason. But yeah, so you have them 8-9. I have them 10-7. Interesting. Very interesting. Obviously both improvement from 6-11 last year though. Um, I don't see a world, and I haven't gotten to the Chargers or the Chiefs. Obviously, we're gonna have the Chiefs very good, but I don't see a world where it's such a disappointment like last year. I would think all of them would improve um
Yeah, I think they
going
will.
into 2023. But if I remember correctly, our next episode should be the Titans, which will be a
That'll be an
very interesting
interesting
one.
one.
Yes, because Zach Subkey, I'm going to shout him out. He already did. You see what he commented on our Instagram post?
I don't want to know.
I think
What
I
is
was the Colts episode. He was like definitely 0-17 or something like that.
it?
So
They're gonna be
we'll have
interesting.
to.
They got D Hop, and they're always just better than what they are. I feel
Mhm.
like this is the year where they'll be like 9-8 and get the wild card or something weird.
Yeah. No, I didn't have a lot of promise for them until I saw the D Hop signing, and then I'm like,
Hmm.
now they got their
I don't even know
got
who
a
their starting
guy.
quarterback is.
What's the Malik Willis status?
I think he's third string. They got Tannehill and Levis, so
Oh man. Oh, I forgot about Levis. Forgot about Levis.
anyway, we'll save it for them.
Yeah,
We'll
now you
save
got me
it.
thinking. Interesting. Okay. All right. So we will see you guys for the next one. Thanks for listening.
See you guys.